Greetings, sisters and brothers. This is Milton Alimadi, publisher of Black Star News and adjunct professor of African history at John Jay College here in New York City. I send Pan-African greetings to sisters and brothers all over the world. I salute everybody involved in improving the lives of African people anywhere in the world. Sisters and brothers, today I would like to speak on a very serious and disappointing matter. It's an issue that we can do something about. It's an issue that we can actually reverse and do the right thing. It's about the recent firing of Ambassador Arikana Chihombori-Quai, the African Union ambassador to the United States. Sisters and brothers, there is a petition campaign on change.org. I urge everybody to sign that petition, which demands that the African Union reinstate Ambassador Quai to her position. Ambassador Quai is one of Africa's most valuable assets. She's been told to pack up her bags by October 31st. We must reject this, sisters and brothers. And let me tell you why. Ambassador Quai has become very popular, not only here in the United States amongst the African diaspora, but on the African continent as well, and amongst people that support the economic liberation of Africa and the end of neocolonial dependency, which of course is still a major problem in most of Africa. How do we explain that the richest continent in the world also has the most impoverished people in the world? It means, sisters and brothers, we're not in control of our resources. Europeans met at the Berlin Conference in 1884 and partitioned Africa and turned it into a plantation to extract cheap labor, to extract resources taken to Europe to fuel Europe's factories and continue the wealth creation that was initiated by the Industrial Revolution in Europe. It is 2019. More than 130 years after the Berlin Conference. Yet today, Africa is still a plantation, benefiting Europe, benefiting the United States, and now benefiting China, which is now a new imperial economic power in Africa as well. What is Ambassador Quai preaching here in the United States? She is calling upon Africans in diaspora, Africans everywhere, to come together, to create an investment bank, to pool their resources so that we can use our own resources to empower Africa, to create jobs for the young generation in Africa, to build our own resources so that we don't produce cocoa in Ghana and then have the chocolate produced in Belgium. And when we go to stores all over the world, we find chocolate made in Belgium, made in Switzerland, made in any other country that does not even produce cocoa. Multiply this by any other raw material in Africa, whether it's mineral resources, whether it's coltan from the Congo, which is needed in all these smartphones you see, in electronic equipment, in the computer games. So why is it that Congolese are not wealthy? These are just a few of the examples. Sisters and brothers, the solution to Africa's impoverishment, in order to uplift Africa, we have to adopt the same strategy that was preached by Marcus Garvey, by Kwame Nkrumah, by Malcolm X, by Patrice Lumumba, by Thomas Sankara. Let's use Africa's resources for the benefit of Africans. Let's pool our economic, financial, and intellectual resources. That is what Ambassador Arikana Chihombori-Quai has been preaching. We cannot afford to have the African Union just toss her aside, perhaps as many people now believe, because the AU is under pressure from some European countries. Some have gone as far as naming France, because she's made recent statements also highlighting France's continued exploitation of its former West African colonies. Sisters and brothers, this is an African hero. We must support her. Please sign the petition demanding that the African Union reverse its wrongful decision to terminate Ambassador Arikana Chihombori-Quai, a fearless African hero. Thank you, sisters and brothers. Let's do the right thing by Africa and by our beloved ambassador. Peace and blessings.